I'm Aisha. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm 12.
And we're IJT Productions. Hey, welcome back. This is IJT, and we're here with another video. I have the lovely Ish, and I have the great 2812 is here. And today's topic is called the call-in. Now we're gonna talk about what is your call, what are you called to do? What is your purpose, your destiny? Like, why do you think you're here on this earth, and what do you want to accomplish in life? So how about who wants to start off? Like, who's ready for this?
Take it away, 12.
Oh, 12. What you call school? Tell us your purpose here.
I gotta do
Right.
the Birdman. All
Warm
right,
it up.
so it's interesting, right? Because I had this conversation with a good friend of mine the other day. Shout out to my man G, and we both we love music. You know, that's our thing, and we kind of started our musical careers together um, at a certain point when we were both working in Manhattan, and we would just keep seeing each other every day. We was working at the same area, so we'll be, he'll have his headphones on, listen to his music zoned out, and I'll have my music on, and we just kind of would see each other and nod. Like we ain't never say nothing to each other for a long period of time. But long story short, when we finally spoke, like we just understood it. Like that was the one person that, as far as the passion and the desire to want to be in the music industry, but not want to be in the music industry, which is interesting because we never really wanted to go the route of signing to a major label or things like that. We wanted to do an independent uh, journey. So, me and him were just talking the other day, like full circle. We was just kind of like having that heart to heart, like, yo, nothing in life really fulfills like that. I know for at least for me, like I love tapping into other genres of interest for myself or interests, just naturally hobbies and things like that. But music just hit for me. Like that's the thing. I don't gotta get paid for it. I don't have to, that's just my thing, right? Uh the one thing that kind of always disturbed me for a long time, and I actually just had this breakthrough um when I first started like doing music like head on full time. I quit my job. I didn't tell nobody. I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper. Like that's it. I'm I'm gonna get famous. I'm gonna get rich. Like that was my thing. And I never really wanted to do music for those purposes. It's just was something that I love doing. I wanted to make music to heal people and just to spread a positive message out there. So one once I had some interesting things going into that journey. I'm kind of just skipping certain parts, but like I met some people, things didn't pan out the way that I thought it was, and that kind of resulted into me doing it by myself. So I was my manager, I was my security guard, I was my engineer, I was my producer, I was my photographer, my videographer, and for a long time I was able to wear a lot of those hats. But this one man said this thing to me, and it kind of like scared me. He was like, "Oh, you're a jack of all trades, a master at none," and that devastated me because that created a level of anxiety because I was like, "What? I naturally know how to do these things. I can pick up a camera and figure it out. I can record myself. I can make a beat. I can do all these things. But am I hindering myself or my success because I'm not able to just focus on one thing? Because a lot of people say you just to focus on one thing. But the breakthrough I had in my story, the breakthrough that I had was when you hear that quote, "Jack of all trades, master at none." People make that a negative thing,
Mm.
but they don't finish the whole quote. And the other part of the quote is to say that if you are a jack of all trades, you're better off that way than to just having one thing. So not putting your egg in one basket. So for the longest time, I was torn. Like, how do I do music and IJT and photography and cook and be vegan and be a YouTuber and do all of these different things that I wanted to do? But it's just like now it's coming back full circle, and I think I was really just having a moment with myself recently, and I was just like, yeah, it's time to get back to music because that is something that has always followed my life, no matter where I've gone. That's always gave me peace. That's always gave me joy. It's always brought happiness to me. So music is my calling, as well as um, bringing people together and bringing people into a positive uh, space. That's just the thing. I love to come into people's lives and bring light to them and bring joy and laughter and just, a good time. So those are the things that I would say as my calling. Like music has always been my thing. I can't run from it. It's just a part of me. It's just
Yeah.
that's who I am. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, hey, I see that is your calling and your purpose because see you, experience your life. So, and we actually working on some things together, right? So that's cool. I can't wait for that to come out this year. Yes, it's coming out this year, guys. That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
this year. So,
Absolutely. But speaking of
each gonna be
Jazz,
no. Each gonna be
are you throwing this?
yeah. We throwing it to each now.
Wow, that would have been a perfect leadway to Jack. Okay, all right. So
Don't leave it.
anyway, see how I'm trying to direct. But so for me, my calling, I want to say this is something that I still struggle with, even in my 30s, early 30s, but about to be my Jesus year. So shout out to Jesus in the year. So for that, I would say that for the longest, I thought I was going to be somebody's like lifeguard because I used to love Baywatch. I thought I was going to be somebody's little lion cub because I love the Lion King. I thought I was going to be somebody's Eartha Kitt because I loved Boomerang. And that all leads to what? Acting. So from there, I want to say growing up as a kid, I used to watch movies and try to imitate them. But I also had this thing where I can listen to people because I listen to my family, I listen to my friends. People would come to me on the train, just share their whole life story. Everybody has some experiences. And I would really find gratitude in like hearing from people and like holding it because I wasn't like the blabbermouth in the environment. So I thought, therapy would be a thing because Jasmine and I went to teach preparatory high school. So I was thinking I was going to be a teacher too. Like I thought I was going to be a math teacher. So I got to 11th grade, but we won't speak of that. But that twisted where I was like, I'm going to be like a therapist when I got to college. I studied psychology. I got into, after I graduated, into some human services jobs and was like, okay, I think I got my niche. I think I want to work with kids, high school maybe. Then went to grad school, got the MSW, got a bunch of student loan debt, which I'm still praying for it to be forgiven. And after that, realized that therapy was just like, I can't do this as far as carrying people's stories with my own stories and then having a therapist to go to for that. I was like, Lord, this ain't me because I already was carrying too much. There's certain boundaries you have in therapy that they train you where you should know your place. So for me, it was like, yeah, this is a career that I commend so many social workers and therapists for, but I was not built for that because that is not for the faint of heart. And the stories that you hear, even doing human services as a case manager, I was like, I thought I was tough for it, but I wasn't there yet. So with that, it happened in 2017. Someone asked me if there was a job you could do where everybody just pretty much got paid the same amount. So it was nothing about not getting paid or who has what. We all got the equal same amount of pay. Amen. What would it be and why? And I was like, acting. Like this is the first thing that came out. She was like, you want to act? And I was like, yeah, it would be it. And she was like, well, why? I was like, it's something I was always intrigued by, and I was doing as a little kid and being in plays like 284. My first role was like Mary, which is Jesus' mother. I had no lines. I was just holding the doll baby. But from there, she was like, then do it. Just give it a shot. So from 2017 till now, I have been doing it. And so inside with the whole acting thing, I find things where it's like, Lord, is this pretty much kind of like 12? Like, the whole famous and rich thing, like, that's cool. I don't mind getting Hollywood shmoney. Not at all. It would wipe out that debt. Great. I could definitely serve people and serve others and be the lender and not the borrower. But I'm like in a place where I'm like, okay, I know God doesn't have nothing goes to waste with God. So I'm still in the process of like, yes, I want to do acting, but I also want to give maybe directing a shot. But I also like marketing because we all always do promo for like IJT. So it's just certain things where I'm like, this 9 to 5, I'm seeing it. And every job that I got after grad school has been a breeze. Like my bosses are always lit, my coworkers are always popping. So it's like I don't have that hate your job thing. It's like, no, these 9 to 5s are great. But when I look at my check, I'm like, this the part, Lord. I'm like, you're giving me great people, you give me great things, and I have no issues. I have a peace of mind at work, I have peace of mind at home. But when I look at my account, I'm like, how? Like, what we doing? Because I need Jehovah Jireh right now. So for me, I'm just trying to see as far as like the acting and directing. I know IJT and we got our Christian support group and we're doing things that's coming towards that. But I know for sure that my purpose is to use pretty much Christ, like be a lighthouse for him, but through entertaining. So I know I have so much of that I'm like, how can I put Christ and then still make it entertaining and then have content for that in one and still do acting. So that's where my purpose is lining up. And I feel like when I say that, God is like, oh, you thought that was it? We're gonna go bigger. So yeah, but that's where I'm at with it, Jazz. So Jasmine.
Oh, she said
what?
yes.
Yes. So what about you? Because we know there's the music that you were talking about with 12 that's dropping 2022 with IJT Productions. Y'all stay on the lookout. I might be on the intro, killing them with the high notes. Not really, but what's up, Jazz? What's going on with y'all?
Yeah, so listen, I love all you guys' dreams, and I actually like share the same dreams. I think that's why like God put us together. Because he's forming something very great and very powerful. And just like you, I always question like, God, how can I like be in this field and still serve you? Like, what is my purpose? Because at first I thought I was gonna be like a women's ministry leader or preaching God's word or something like that. I don't know, some sort of accent like that. But also I love to write. Now writing is my favorite thing to do, actually more than singing actually. So I love writing. I could write a story, I could write a poem like it's nobody's business, I could write a song and a show at the same time. Like I just love writing and creating. Like I just feel like that's my calling and that's my what God calls me to do. And even when it comes to music and singing, I don't really identify myself so much as like an entertainer, like an artist, but more so the writing portion of it and the production of it. Like I love creating beats. I love, helping artists write music and stuff like that. So I just feel like that's my calling. That's what I'm called to do. I do love singing as well. So that's something that I definitely want to grow in more. But I'm just really excited that we have IJT because I feel like it's a calling for me personally, because before I was just, doing my little thing, not going after the music or the singing or the writing. But God determined the times and places where, he had put us together and IJT was formed. And I was like, wow, like this is great. And we all are able to utilize our skills and be able to use our talent in that way. So I'm really excited. Like I really feel like God didn't like just call us for no reason, I mean, I enjoy it and I have fun. And just like you each, I love my 9 to 5 job. Like I work from home, number one. So I don't never have to like leave my house. my boss is amazing. She's the sweetest lady on earth. All my coworkers are beautiful. They're lovely. I love them all. And I just have so much support at work. But when I look at my paycheck, I'm like, oh, like, how I'm going for my new house, how I'm saving and trying to get this house. But I also, when I do like content stuff, like you do Ishin 12, like for IJT, I just love that. Like, I love creating. I'm like, I wish I could just do this all day, and we could just do this all day for you guys. And, like, I just love, networking and, maybe working, like sometimes I go into a daydream where we're like all just working, right? But we are actually like helping other people with their scripts, and we're being paid to put together a production, for other people. So that is like another thing that, I do see for us as well. But yeah, that's
Speak it.
that is
Speak.
my calling. And I decided to be like Pastor F. What's his name?
I'm gonna start with Steven. Pastor Steven Furtick, I think. Don't do that.
So Pastor Steven, like, he talked about speak something into existence, like, like using words are powerful, so just using your words powerfully and just speak life into yourself. So moving forward, I want to speak life in my calling, and
It's important.
your calling 12 and each calling, and support that calling. So I'm all here for it. So yeah.
Yeah. I just want to add this. A lot of times, when we're young, we have dreams, we have certain interests that we want to pursue, but then the reality hits, right? Or people try to bring you out of the dreaming, like, okay, but you got to be realistic, and how can you afford it, and this and that. And I that was always something that was like it was kind of like a battle, because it's like, okay, how you gonna make money being a rapper or a producer or a songwriter? Like, how are you realistically gonna make money, right? That's not the safe way. You should go to school, get a degree, and then, but that's one thing I can say, that as far as like really understanding and knowing and confirmation of it all, of it being my purpose and calling, because there always was a way made, regardless. There was always something that came down. I remember when I was going to church, right? And I remember one sermon, and it's so funny because the pastors to this day was like, I never told you to do that, but that's what I was convicted to do. Um, the message was like, somebody has to make a move. Somebody has to uh, be the one to create a new generational thing. Somebody has to do something outside of the box. Like, they're going to school, working, like that's keeping us stagnant. Like, somebody got to be the one. So that what I took from that was, uh I need to get out of yeah, I need to get out of where I was at. So I didn't tell nobody, but I had quit my job. I was working at Domino's at the time, and I was very unhappy. I was working at Domino's, you know, and I went to Domino's right after that sermon, and I went and I quit my job. And when I tell y'all that the the relief, like, it literally, when I walked out of the space, I literally felt like a whole weight was off me. You get what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that we we get so caught up into, you know, earning a living, making money, paying your bills and things like that, to where we can't even dream all the time, because you always have to be realistic, but it's like, again, if you only stay stuck into the now and paying your bills for right now, and just always thinking from a place of fear of, well, what if it doesn't work, or what if I don't get to the finish line, or whatever the case may be, that's the thing that always kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. So what I would like, at least for the lineage after me, my kids and things like that, I would like for them to have the opportunity to literally dream, not have to worry about the realism. I don't have to worry about talking them into, like, if they say I'm gonna be an astronaut, all right, we going to prepare you to be an astronaut. If they say I want to be a teacher, we can have the resources and the financial stability to have them be able to be nurtured into that and not have to fend for themselves or worry about, well, I got to go here or I got to just do this to keep a living. So, and last thing too, you know, for those who don't know your purpose or your calling, like, don't let that overwhelm you. Like, continue to seek, continue to find those things that you're interested in, or connect with those people that are around you or not around you, or just find spaces to get to so that you'll get there. It's not, it's a journey. It's not like you just know I'm gonna be, you know, a photographer and that's just it. It may not come until you may hit a certain age, or it may come later on in life, or it may just be that thing that you just feel inside of you, but you're so afraid to just actually go after it because you got to worry about bills, because you got debt, because you got this, because you got kids, whatever that thing that's stopping you. Don't get overwhelmed of saying, well, I don't know my purpose, so I'm not important. Like, you are important. You just have to stay the course and just continue to seek. And, whatever higher power you believe in, or whatever spiritual system that you believe in, go to that and get grounded and get connected and listen and understand what's being led to you spiritually. And then you go and follow your heart desire. So I think it's a journey. So I just wanted to put that out there for anybody that is struggling with that, or they don't know their calling and they feel misplaced. Understand that you still have value as well. You just have to you just got to go through your growth spurt a little later. That's all. You're
Yeah,
still important. You're
absolutely.
still important. Yeah,
Yep. The late bloomers always hit differently.
Mhm.
big time,
Yep.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So
a late bloomer, that's why.
If you're doing
yeah,
your thing, you're doing your thing.
We all
yeah.
getting there. We're gonna get there. So yeah.
We healing. We healing. We healing. We all healing.
And as we shared before, like, we would love to hear, what are your dreams? Like, what are you destined, or what you think that you're called to do? Or if you're still figuring it out, think about it, journal about it, walk it off, you have all
Yeah.
this time, and take your time too. Like, don't rush into things, just take your time and yeah, have time to think or pray or meditate about it. So
Yeah.
that's the IJT show for today. Please like, share, comment. We want to hear what you guys are saying and your thoughts. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe, and like, comment. We appreciate you all, and thank you all for watching.